Welcome back, everybody. January the 3rd, the year is already racing ahead, and we're probably itching to get stuck into achieving our goals at this point. Yesterday, I spoke about the idea that the biggest enemies we face are actually the ones in our head. It's the headworms that are ruling our minds with impunity. But let's be honest, we're living in the real world, and there are external factors that can absolutely hamper us from achieving our goals. Today, I want to look at two of them. The first one, the most common one that we hear all the time is, I don't have enough time. The second one that we hear all the time, I don't have enough money, not enough time. All of us have exactly the same number of minutes in the day. It doesn't matter whether you're Elon Musk or you're Helen Bennett, you're getting the same 24 hours. You don't need to be Elon Musk. You don't need to want to launch rockets. That's okay. You can just want to be a better friend or a great lover or a wonderful mum. You can choose to run a small business. All you have to do is choose what you want, which hopefully we've done already. And then we need to structure and allocate our time accordingly. If we say we want to improve our career or our relationships or our fitness or our health, then clearly we need to actually allocate the time to do that. There's no point in saying it and then pushing it to the end of the day and hoping you will find the time when you're absolutely exhausted. It's not going to happen. So this is what I love about this exercise is we actually get to structure our time. And one of the first ways we're going to do that is we're not going to write down a to-do list. We're going to write down a not to-do list. Not to-do lists are the most liberating thing in the whole world. You just have a look at your daily routine. What do you do every day? You get up, you jump in the shower, you maybe go to gym, you feed the dog, and just go through the whole series of events of what you do in a normal day. Automate, eliminate, outsource. There are some things that absolutely, by God, only we can do and we must do them. So, for example, having a shower. If nobody else can do that for me, I do actually have to do it myself, right? But all of the other things on the list, from feeding the dog to making the kids' lunches to dropping them off at school, all of those things, well, one could argue that you don't have to do all of them. So if you're committed to freeing up time in your life, you must take the time suckers out. And there's three ways to do this. You either eliminate them. There's some things that we're doing we literally do not actually have to do. You can automate them. Obvious one would be automating payments. I don't know how many people actually manually go online and worse, some people still go to the bank, but assuming you're not one of those people who go online and make a payment one by one. In fact, I do this. I literally pay my monthly rent online each month myself. So this is a perfect example where I should walk straight over to the computer right now and automate that monthly payment so I do not have to worry about it. It's going to take me 10 minutes to set that up, and for the next year, I'm not going to have to worry about it. Another great example are your monthly appointments. What are you doing every month religiously that you are now phoning and making a booking for? And we waste time, A, worrying, have I made the appointment? And then B, making the appointment. Eliminate the time wastage. Phone them and say, I would like to book my hair appointment for every month on the 28th of every month, give or take. You set all of them, it will take you 10 minutes to work through the entire year's hair appointments, and they're all done. Boom. And now your only concern is, do I need to move that appointment in case of an emergency? Last one, outsourcing. So for outsourcing, generally, you're going to need a bit of money, although you may also have a family member or a friend who would more than happily take something on for you in exchange for something else. So outsourcing might be making the kids sandwiches, doing all the cleaning, doing all the laundry. So many of us tend to be to-do list martyrs, like, oh no, it must be me that walks the dog because the dog and I are so connected. No, you can outsource that job 3 times a week. You've just freed up hours of your time, which you could be putting into achieving your goals or getting fitter or making a great smoothie. The dog will be okay. Children, not so much, but obviously with the dog, you can outsource. With the children, I highly recommend a bit of one-on-one time. Cool, so we've automated, eliminated, and outsourced all those time suckers that we actually don't have to be doing ourselves. So now let's have a look at our priorities. I'm going to be a little bit cheeky here and say that I think, without exception, that you must be your greatest priority. Priority means you must come first, which means first thing in the morning. So do that in a daily ritual. If you have one already, wonderful. If you don't, you take some time in the morning before anything else starts. You viciously protect that time, and that time is just for you. And the kind of things you might want to include in your daily routine, your daily ritual, self-care. This doesn't have to be big stuff here. We're just talking about at least bare minimum having a shower. And I know that I'm not the only one talking who knows what it's like when your business or your family so overwhelms you that you're still in your gym jams at midday and you actually don't even shower until the end of the day if you're lucky. Now let's talk minimum effective dose. I know it would be lovely to spend an hour journaling and 2 hours on my bike and another, half an hour in the bathroom and half an hour doing my nails. Realistically, that's not going to happen. So what is my minimum effective dose, the bare minimum commitment that I can make to me that on my worst day I could absolutely nail no matter what? 3 minutes of meditation, 15 minutes of yoga. What is the bare minimum that you can achieve? 5 minutes of journaling, 2 minutes of doing a gratitude diary. These are the kind of things that fill us up and they set us up for success. Awesome. Once you put yourself first and you've made you the top priority in your life, now we can look at all the other priorities. So what I do, in fact, I include this into my morning ritual, is I take 3 minutes at the beginning of every day. Before I jump in the shower, I take 3 minutes and I think to myself, what are the 3 things I must do today? And then I say, what is the one out of those 3 that I'm avoiding? And you do that first. And I'll tell you why. Science has proved again and again and again that as the day progresses, 2 things happen. Our willpower wanes, it dips. We cannot maintain willpower consistently forever. The second thing is our decision-making abilities start to drop. Our ability to implement our commitment starts to drop. Get your top 3 things done first. Great, in summary, make your not to-do list. Get rid of the time suckers. Automate them, eliminate them, or outsource them. Then prioritize yourself. You are the most important part of your life and you must come first. And that means first in time, first in the day. Create a daily ritual that's all about you and what your needs are. Next up, choose your top 3 things, the 3 musts that you must complete today. And out of those 3 things, take the one thing that you're procrastinating on and do it first while you've got willpower and while you've got strong commitment and strong decision-making ability. Everything else above and beyond those 3 things that you must do today, it's just going to be added bonus stuff. And that's great. And what you do is you just keep taking them down. And as the day progresses and you get more tired and your willpower drops, then all the things you have to do at that point are things that you can just do on autopilot. The second most common reason people don't achieve their goals, not enough money. Show me the money. Show me the money. If you're deep in debt or you're living from paycheck to paycheck or you've just lost a job, financial insecurity can destroy relationships, health, freedom. Money doesn't buy you happiness, but good Lord, it does make you comfortable and it makes a lot of other things easier. So if having more money at the end of your month is one of your goals this year, then let's just have a quick look at it in terms of what we've learned so far. Are you specific? Let's get really specific. How much money do you need? Exactly how much money a month? Break it down. 2, when do you need that money by? Who's your Yoda? You are not alone and there are multiple people out there who can help you for free. Of course, it's great to be able to afford a money management coach or something like that, but ultimately there's a lot of resources online. Start there. Create a great strategy. I learned this strategy from Ramit Sethi. I will put his details in the description. There's only 3 ways to make sure that you have enough money at the end of your month. Think CEO. Cutting back expenses, earning more, and optimizing your payments. Cutting back expenses, it's fairly obvious. Earning more can include asking for a raise, building a little side hustle, increasing your prices if you're self-employed. Optimizing your payments will include something like phoning up your credit card company and negotiating for a better interest rate. Brainstorm everything and create a strategy. And then we're going to use the 80-20 rule. What is the 20% of the things that you pay for that are taking up 80% of your income? Start there. If you can bring those expenses down, everything else gets easier. And the roles reversed if you're a little business owner. What are the 20% of the products that you sell that create 80% of your income? Boost those, market those. Start small. So for example, if you're paying back massive debts, it's hugely overwhelming. Start small. Eat the elephant one bite at a time. Commit to paying back the minimum amounts on all of your credit cards, for example, and then you take the credit card with the smallest outstanding amount and you pay it. When you've got a bit of extra money, pay that one back first. So you knock that one off the list. Now you've got fewer credit cards to pay off. And so you go from the smallest to the biggest. Eat the elephant one bite at a time. Make it empowering. I get to pay off my debts. I'm so lucky that I have this job and I get to bring a salary home every month, even if it's a job I'm not really thrilled about. And slay those headworms. Those are the worms that are saying things like, I'm useless with money, I don't know how to save, I've never been good with money. These are the classic stories we've been telling ourselves since we're children, and it's time to change them. The very fact that you're making an effort tells me that you are learning to be good with money. Replace the negative thought with a positive one. And if you can, make it rewardable. If you've paid off a credit card or you've achieved a certain income target, reward yourself. Something small, you don't want to go backwards, but give yourself a little bit of love to say, well done, I've made it. Acknowledge yourself for the progress you're making. Your net worth is not equal to your self-worth. The biggest gift you can give yourself is separating the debt or the money issues from who you are as a person. You are not only as valuable as your bank account. Ask any of the most successful people in the world, and I promise you they will give you the story of when they lost all of it. Money comes in flow, and it is not a representation of who you are. So our challenge for today, as always, is to take one step in direction of your dreams. Action, action, action. And with that, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm outies.